looking at our coordinate geometry, and we're looking that I can find the perimeter and the areas. So we know how to do both those things. Figures in the coordinate plane. So that's kind of why we have that little section we had on plotting order pairs. Luckily for us, we have all the notes we need. It's just now at this point kind of putting them all together. So we have our first example, which is asked to sketch the rectangle. So it tells us what shape we're going to make in the coordinate plane, whose vertices are -2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 1, and -2, 1. And then we're asked to find the area and the perimeter. So first things first, plot the order pairs. So, -2, 5. Where does that send me?
Left 2 up 5.
You got left 2 up 5. Alright, where does 3, 5 send me?
Right 3 up 5.
You got right 3 up 5. 3, 1.
Right 3 up 5.
Right 3 up 1. And then lastly, -2, 1.
Left 2 up.
You got left 2 up 1. And go ahead and make the rectangle. So we're going to connect all of those points. Now, how do we find the area and perimeter of a rectangle? What do we need to know?
The side.
You got your length and your width. So, just count them. So I'm going to start off with this point right here. Oh, let me grab my red. And just count over to the next one. So, it doesn't matter which one you do. So I'm just going to count to the right. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that length is 5. And then we count from the first point, -2, 1 up. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so next we're asked to find the area and perimeter. So what is our area of a rectangle?
Left times width.
You got length times width. And what do we say our length was? 5. And our width?
4.
4. And 5 times 4 is
20.
20. Because this is a coordinate plane, we call it unit squared because it has each of those blocks. So it's just unit squared because each square of the coordinate plane is a unit. So that's how we find the area. We've done that before. It's what we did back in 7-1. It's just now applying it to the coordinate shape. Our next one is to find the perimeter. So what's the perimeter formula?
2L plus 2W.
You got, we use 2L plus 2W, or what else can we do?
Sum of sides.
Add up the sides. So it's just sum of the sides. So I'm just going to say it's 4 on this side, so 4 on this side. It's 5 on the bottom, so it's 5 on the top. So it'll be 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. And what does that give us? 18. And we're just going to put just a unit. So 18 units around that whole rectangle. There we go. Alright, so our next one's asked once again to sketch the rectangle in the coordinate plane whose vertices are -1, 2, 5, 2, 5, -3, -1, -3, and then back to your -1, 2. There we go. Basically, that just says like it's our rectangle, and then once again, we're asked to find the area and the perimeter. So to graph our -1, 2, we go left 1, up 2. To graph our 5, 2, we're going to go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, then up 2. Alright, now for our 5, -3, we're going to go right 5, down 3. For our -1, -3, we go left 1, down 3. And then lastly, it tells us we go back to our -1, +2, and we make our rectangle. So from there, we're going to count our length and our width that we need for our area and perimeter. So our length is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. And there's also 6 blocks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know we're good. We're going to count our width. So we're going to start down here again. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once again, you have 5 blocks. So we're all good. Area formula for our rectangle is length times width. Length we said was 6. Our width was 5. So we get 30 units squared. There we go. And with perimeter, we said we're going to sum the sides. So if the bottom is 6, the top is 6. If the side is 5, the other side is also 5. So we get perimeter is 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6. And now 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 6 is 12. 10 plus 12 is 22, and that's just the units around our rectangle. And we're good. So example 3, and I'm sorry that my top line kind of got cut off, but I think I can still make it out. It says sketch the circle in the coordinate plane given that the line segment connecting 1, 5 and 1, negative 1 is the diameter. So that's really important to know. So our positive 1, 5 and our 1, negative 1 is the diameter of a circle. So that tells us right there what we're dealing with. It says the 2 points lie on the circle. Find the area and circumference of the circle. So first things first, we got to plot those 2 points. So 1, 5 will send us right 1 up 5. Our other point's 1, negative 1, so that sends us right 1 down 1. And it says that this right here, between these 2 points, is our diameter of a circle. So we know that the diameter is the what? Diameter is you got the whole middle line, so it goes all the way across our whole circle. So if we're going to go from the diameter, what do we actually need? The radius. How do I find the radius from the diameter? You got it. We're going to have to cut it in two, so it'll be your diameter divided by 2, or half of your diameter, however you want to think about it. So right now, first thing we have to do is figure out how long our diameter is. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if my diameter is 6, and we said we needed the radius, what's going to be my radius? 3, because you cut 6 in half, it'll be 3. So that means right here in the center point, so I have to go down 3. So 1, 2, 3. That right there is my center. So it has a radius of 3. Now here's where I get really picky. Your circle has to be a true circle, which means if from the center to the top is 3, center to the bottom is also 3, what do you think is going to have to be from the left and the right of it? 3. So we're going to have to go right 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to have to go left 3, 1, 2, 3. Now once you have those 4 points for your circle, make the circle the best you can. I am even going to struggle making a perfect circle. I realize this. But we want to connect those 4 points as best we can. Oh, and then my circle's already wonky. Yeah, but that's okay. There we go. But we have a circle. We have the radius connecting at least up, down, left, and right, 3 out. So we have our perfect circle. We are first asked to find the area of our circle. So what's our area formula? Pi r squared, you got it. So, pi times what we say the radius was? 3 squared. So what is pi times 3 squared?
28.3.
So 28.3, and we put on there still our units squared. Alright, so we successfully found the area of our circle. What do we still need? Circumference. So what's our circumference formula?
2 pi r.
You got 2 pi r. Well, luckily we already have all the information. So c equals 2 times pi times 3. And that should give us somewhere in the neighborhood of 18.
18.8.
You got 18.8, and that's just units around the circle. And we're good. So there's how we find and graph our circle, as well as find its area and circumference on a coordinate plane. All right, our last one here says to sketch the triangle. So we switch shapes up again. So we're asked to sketch the triangle. Oh, try that again. There we go. Whoa, one more time. In the coordinate plane, whose vertices are negative 3, 2, negative 3, negative 2, and 2, negative 2. And once again, we're asked to find the area and the perimeter. So we graph negative 3, 2 by going left 3 up 2. Then negative 3, negative 2 sends us left 3 down 2. And then 2, negative 2 sends us right 2 down 2. And we're saying that makes a triangle, so we're going to connect those 3 points. Hopefully you do a better job than I just did. So try that again. Alrighty. So first things first, what do we need to find? You got it. The base and the height. You got it. So we'll do the base first. So remember, I'm going to start with the left point. I just do that because that's the way we read from left to right. So start at the left point, we count to the right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do from the left point up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, now we found the base and the height, so we're good to go. But in order to find the perimeter, we also have to find our other side length from our first point to our last point to find that diagonal. Now we cannot count this because it's diagonal. So in order to go from our first point here at our -3, 2, down here to our last point to -2, we're going to have to use our distance formula. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite out those ordered pairs so we can see them a little easier. And now for our distance formula, what we've been working with is the square root of our x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And then label our order pairs. So this will be our x1, y1, x2, y2. Alright, our distance is going to be the square root of our x2 is 2 minus our x1 is a -3. So minus a negative will make that a plus a positive squared plus y2 is -2 minus y1 is 2 squared. Now at this point, if you're using Desmos or if you're using one of the other calculators in class, you can plug that whole part in to the calculator in one go. If you want to, you can also use the order of operations with it, which is what I'll do real fast for us. So I'm fast with the order of operations. 2 plus 3 is 5, so we end up with 5 squared. Plus -2 minus 2 is -4 squared. Then distance equals, we're going to end up with 5 squared is 25. Plus -4 squared is 16. Remember, anytime you square a number, it's positive. 25 plus our 16 gives us the square root of, 41. And what is the square root of 41? 6.4. You got it. So that's our distance from our first point to our third point. So I'm going to write that in over here. So from here to here is 6.4. Oh, forgot I need to click on my marker. 6.4. There we go. And now that we have all of our pieces, we are good to substitute in for our area and our perimeter. So what's our area formula for a triangle? Yeah, 1/2 times base times height. And 1/2 times, we said the base was 5. Times our height was 4. And so 1/2 times 5 times 4 should give us 10. You got very good. Units squared. Awesome. Now, once we have our area, we were also asked to find the perimeter. So perimeter, once again, we said was the sum of sides. So I know I'm on 3 of my sides. I know it's 5 plus 4 plus our 6.4. So 5 plus 4 plus 6.4 should hopefully give us 15.4. And that's just units around our triangle. Now, if you want to make a star out beside your triangle one and say triangles are the only ones that use the distance formula. Your D equals square root of x2 minus x1 squared. Oh, I didn't give myself a room. Plus y squared minus y1 squared. Oh, let's see if I can fix that. So y2 minus y1 squared. Said that wrong. I'm sorry about that. So we'll slide that over, slide that down. There we go. So triangles are the only ones you have to use the distance formula for. The other ones you can just count. But triangles have that diagonal, and because they have that diagonal, we have to find that distance. And we're good.